wisdom or wealth? Which one is better? Judge yourself by reading the following story, which will tell you how a poor but wise man earned his right to marry the daughter of a chieftain. Kenya is a beautiful country in East Africa. Once, there was a big lake beside a small village in the middle of the country. The water of the lake was always cool, fresh, and sweet. At night, many wild animals from the nearby forests came to the lake to drink water. Therefore, the villagers never came to the lake at night. They were afraid that the wild animals might attack and kill them. The chieftain of the village was a rich man. He was proud of his wealth. He thought that he was the wisest man of the village. A poor young man named Segal also lived in that village with his old mother. He was honest, intelligent, and hardworking, but he was very polite and gentle. He never boasted of his intelligence. The people of the village loved him very much. Ninja was the only daughter of the chieftain. Segal loved Ninja very much and wanted to marry her. But her proud father had declared that the young man who would stand in the cold water of the lake for one whole night will marry her. It was such an abnormal condition that no one was ready to accept the challenge. However, Segal decided to try his luck. When Segal's old mother came to know of his decision, she became worried. She said to Segal, "Please give up your plan. I'm sure that the cold water would make you ill and the wild animals would attack you." But Segal was unmoved. He said, "Mother, don't worry. I must try. Nothing would happen to me. I love Ninja so much." The old mother pleaded again and again, but Segal was not ready to change his decision. The next day, he went to the chieftain and expressed his desire. The chieftain laughed and said,
"If you can do it, I shall fulfill my commitment."
At night, Segal went to the lake and stood in the cold water. The water came up to his chest. He was feeling much cold, but he stood firm. The chieftain had secretly sent some of his servants to keep a watch on him. The servants climbed a tall tree nearby and kept a watch on Segal. There was a small hill about 50 yards away from the lake. Segal's mother went over there quietly and lit a small fire to keep away the wild animals. When the wild animals saw the fire, they were afraid and kept away from the lake. After some time, Segal too saw the fire. He understood that his mother had lit it for him. All through the night, Segal stood in the cold water of the lake. To divert his attention from the bitter cold, he kept looking at the fire. In the morning, when he went to the chieftain's house, he was still shivering. He requested the chieftain to fulfill his promise, but the chieftain did not want his daughter to marry a poor man like Segal. So he said,
"You have cheated me. You cannot marry my daughter. My servants have seen that there was a fire on the small hill. The heat from the fire must have warmed you."
Segal was very disappointed. He went to the judge and told him everything. The judge listened to his case patiently and said,
"It is a very simple case. I shall solve it tomorrow."
The next day, the judge called Segal, his mother, the chieftain, and the servants in his court. Many people also gathered there to hear the judgment. The judge put a pot of cold water on the ground. Then he walked 50 steps away from the pot, lit a fire, and waited. The chieftain became impatient. He requested the judge to decide the case early, but the judge said,
"We will have to wait till the water gets warm."
The chieftain was amused and laughed loudly.
What a fool you are! How can the water become warm? The fire is too far.
The judge turned to him and said,
in the same way as Sagal got warmth from a fire 50 steps away.
All the people present there laughed at the chieftain, and Segal married Ninza, based on a Kenyan folk tale.